Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time.
He's
Off
got
the
him.
left side. Dobbs is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Perfection. Expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is absolutely free.
Good morning. I need to get me some more
Good
coffee.
morning.
Too. Hope y'all got your cup of Joe. Oh, another day can start. You got coffee. Oh, wait, Rob must be going to retrieve his. I don't see an ugly Packers mug. Oh, no. Ken, you feeling good this morning?
Yeah, probably going to urgent care, though, after the show.
Oh, that's always nice. You know, that's a dedication. Putting off urgent care to do a podcast about football.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, what difference is an hour going to make?
Yeah, hey. Maybe none, maybe all. Hey, dedication.
And instead of one shot, they might give you 2.
Yeah, you know how it goes there. So interesting day yesterday. Of course, I was storm tracking all day, being down here in Florida. Tropicana Field. I guess the Rays are going to be. I mean, they've been trying to get a new field forever. Now they got. Good morning, Matt. I guess now they've got a better argument down there in Tampa. The roof, which it's not really a hard roof. It's like a cloth roof or like a fabric kind of roof they had there for the dome there at Trop Field. It was also going to be a staging area for housing for like first responders. They had like the whole field was full of cots and whatnot. They were going to house people there. Well, that plan went to shit because the roof blew off. So the roof blew off at Tropicana last night. And then I don't know why this is with hurricanes in Florida, but there's always got to be a crane. There was a crane in Tampa yesterday, downtown, got knocked over, crashed into a building, took out the corner of a building. I mean, it looks like it took out like a little bit of the top corner there. But there's always seems to have to be a crane for the hurricane to knock over. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
So
I'm a little more alive today, Matt. We'll find out how alive after the show.
Yeah. Well, I think he was on last night for a minute and hopped off after, and then of course, in the blunder of all blunders, he kicks us all off the podcast. Instead of leaving himself, he just exits the entire podcast exit, so we had to restart it. So people who are watching on X and other places were like, "What the hell just happened?" And then like 5 minutes later, we were back up. So, but yeah, that was yeah. So hey, we're into the new week, guys. We had a hurricane yesterday, and the hurricane, like I said, took out Trop Field, which doesn't really affect the NFL, just baseball. But then when it comes back in the spring, and of course they will be tracking damage. All my people, by the way, in Tampa are okay, and my people in Orlando, in typical Orlando fashion, slept through the hurricane. that's how we roll in Orlando when it's a Category 1. We sleep. Because they probably ate all their hurricane snacks and got tired, or they drank all their liquor and just passed out anyways. So that's what happened in Tampa or in Orlando. They slept through. Real quick, before you get into the week, Saleh, Bleacher Report did an interview on landing spots, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. I think you're laughing. So, 49. They say he could become the 49ers DC. That's one thing. Yeah, I don't know about that one yet. The one I laughed at was the Eagles defensive coordinator because they've got Fangio there now. So I doubt they're going to fire Fangio to hire him. The one, though, that just made me chuckle. Head coach, Jacksonville Jaguars.
I mean, they're being coached like crap right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are they going to fire Peterson to bring in Saleh? We really didn't do well, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was kind of like, well, I don't know. So, anyways,
it's never a good look on a team when they fire their coach in the middle of the season. It's just never a good look.
No, never good. One other piece of news. It was reported yesterday, and Joe's not here.
Yeah, he is.
I don't see him. I see his car liner. There he is. There you go. So Mr. Davis has said Devontae will not be traded.
There you go, man.
He's not going to trade away Devontae yet.
I've heard that, like, so yesterday AP gave an interview and they asked him about the Devontae situation, and he said he's here in the building rehabbing his injury and he should be ready to play soon. And they said, so is he going to play? And he said, he's a Raider. Like, you know, and then he also said something interesting. He said, I had a good conversation with him and he's good. So I don't know, like, you know, I don't know what that means. It could be just, you know, talk, like PR, or it could mean that maybe because, you know, Devontae's paying attention, you know, Carr's hurt, Saleh just got fired, so the Jets are about to, you know, be an even bigger dumpster fire. Like, those were the two biggest teams that were in on the trade rumors, so maybe Devontae realized. And then also AP announced that Aiden O'Connell is going to be starting. And at the beginning of the season, before the season even started, Devontae said that he really liked Aiden O'Connell, that he had felt like he had really built some chemistry with him. And so, you know, I don't know. It's possible that Devontae changed his mind seeing the landscape, but
how do you feel about it, Joe?
I think it's gone too far. Like, he quit on the team.
That's what you said,
you know, like,
yeah. That's what,
so
yeah.
I don't know if you can get over that in the locker room. Like, he's going to have to. It's going to be very difficult for him to earn the locker room's respect again. You know. So,
well, it's going to take him to go into the locker room and talk to them guys. It's just like Dobbs. He's going to have to apologize to his teammates for letting him down, you know, for taking off. And
well, I'm sure those guys who have been talking throughout this entire thing. I mean, these guys don't. It's not like Devontae went into a vacuum. I wouldn't think he'd still be around guys. They still text all. You know, I mean, I wonder though how much of this is media fueled. Yeah, but I wonder how much of this is media fueled versus reality fueled. You know what I mean? But I mean, I knew he liked AOC.
So, Homer.
Well, one thing, like, Jay Glazer has always been, in my opinion, pretty accurate with his information. You know, he's not a, what's that dude's name?
Adam Schefter.
Well, Schefter's been hit and miss. But I feel like Jay Glazer has been pretty accurate. And Glazer said that on Monday morning, like after the the loss, Devontae went into AP's office and said, "Hey, I need to talk to you," and basically just laid it out like, "Yeah, I'm out. Like, I want to trade, this and that." So and that was before the not the Denver game, but before or after the Browns game, I think. So I don't know. I don't know how you can walk into the coach's office and say you want out, like you're giving up on the team, and then all of a sudden, like, Derek Carr gets hurt, and then Robert Saleh gets fired, and you're like, oh, you know what? No, I'm good here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good, man. Hey, good morning, Dawn. And I'm surprised, JB, that you're up this morning after your big birthday bash last night at the casino, playing so late in the morning. Yeah, I mean, these insiders, I mean, they get it right sometimes. I mean, they do get it wrong, and sometimes players tell them something that is tactically advantageous maybe for them, but not completely accurate. So, but now, yeah, it looks like Devontae is staying, which might be good for the Raiders. You'd think if everything's kosher there.
I think if he comes back and actually plays for us, I think it would be good for AOC because, he's gonna need Devontae, man. Like, he's gonna need Devontae. But
well, he needs every weapon he can get. He needs every weapon he can
exactly,
get.
that's my point. And I also feel
so
like
we'll keep monitoring.
Devontae is a big key to Brock Bowers' success. Like, Devontae consistently drawing double teams is going to make it where Bowers is going to get fed.
This is a situation, obviously, we'll keep monitoring, especially as we get closer to the trade deadline, and then, of course, in the free agency market / trade market at the end of the season, to see if this is his final year there, or if his final few games there, or what's going to happen. I think part of it, though, is the trade partners weren't there for the Raiders either. I don't think Davis was going to get what he wanted out of Devontae for a trade, and then like with Saleh getting fired and Carr getting injured and some of the other prospects, where you could trade him to probably wasn't what he wanted. So yeah, he said, I'm just going to stick with them. They have to figure something out though for that contract. Otherwise, next year is going to be painful. $45 million cap hit. So they're going to have to figure something out on them. They're going to have to extend them or trade them or something. Because a $45 million cap hit for receivers, kind of a big deal. Hey, other quick programming note. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about concussion protocol, TBI, all that good stuff, CTE. We have a special guest on. She is a political candidate in my district here in the 1st District of Florida. This will be a non-political stop for her. Gaye Valamont, she's running for U.S. Congress here in the Florida 1st District against Matt Gaetz. This will be non-political, of course, though. Her background is in sports medicine. She saw us on the show the other day, earlier in the week, and expressed interest. A little bit about her, and of course we'll get more from her tomorrow. But she did her master's at Troy University and worked at Emory Sports Medicine in Atlanta before moving here in Florida in 2014. And of course, here in this area of Florida, we have the Andrews Institute, which is the go-to for the NFL for all kinds of injuries, especially when your guys tear their ACLs and MCLs, they come here and get them fixed. But she's going to be on tomorrow talking concussion protocols and concussion-related injury stuff with us. So that's going to be an interesting show tomorrow as we get into the week of football, especially when we had stuff like, with what happened with Justin Fields, of course, having to come out for a couple plays when everyone in the stadium and probably even the head official well, he seems okay. And then Brisker does, literally knocks the dude out with a hit, and they don't do anything with him until he's about to get on an airplane to go to London. They say, well, no, you're not going to play this week because you have a concussion. So be some interesting discussion there tomorrow. But for the rest of today, guys, we got games. So let's start it off. Man, we got and JB's getting a little excited there about the games here already. So let's get into them. Game 1 tonight. This probably would have been a lot better game at week 1 than it is now, just because of injuries. Because these are two walking woundeds.
It still should be a good game, though.
Yeah, it will be. I think it will be. Just not as good though, because a lot of guys are out.
Debo's in, right?
Niners
Debo's playing, and
yep. Niners at Seahawks. There we go. I got it out. Niners at Seahawks. Debo should be playing. Actually, the Niners really offensively are basically missing CMC. Jesus. All right, I'm just going to ignore the comments for a minute and get to some games here. I don't know. What do you guys think, Niners and Seahawks?
I'm going Niners. Or are they in Seattle or in San Fran?
It is in Seattle, so the 12th man will be activated.
Yeah, but they sucked last week. I'm still going 49ers. I mean,
I'm actually going to go Seattle. They lost to the Giants last week, so they're embarrassed and going to want to actually do something in front of their home crowd.
I guess it all depends on Purdy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners with Debo and the receiving core. The defense, though, is giving up some points, but yeah, I don't know. JB's going with Seattle. Bear Down Mike is going with the Niners. So we got a pretty even split on this game for tonight.
Yeah, pretty close game.
Yeah, the spread's 3.5, which is basically
home field.
Margin of error.
They gave that extra half for the 12th man. That's why. Yeah. The 12th man is an entity upon itself.
So we'll get into some Saturday games. We'll get into some Saturday games here, leaving the Bears and the Packers for last, of course. All right. So at noon on Fox, the 1-4 Cleveland Browns at the 2-2, kind of disappointing Philadelphia Eagles.
Both of these teams have no idea what the hell they're doing with their season yet, but I believe a little more in the Eagles.
Yeah, they're getting some people back too. I think Brown is back. I mean, they got some guys coming back. So, and they came off their bye. So, I mean, I'm going Philly. They're at home. The city of brotherly hate.
I'm going to go with the She-Eagles as well. Both teams have good defensive players for sure, but I think if Philly's got some of these offensive guys coming back, is Saquon playing tonight or tomorrow or this weekend? I should say. The days are all screwed up. If Saquon's in too, I think that gives them another edge. I mean, defensively, they're both good defenses, but I'm going to go with the home team on this one as well. It's actually a 9-point spread, so.
Wow, that's a lot. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
9 points?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Holy shit.
This is going to be an interesting game, though, now. It is and it isn't. The Bucks at the Saints. The Bucks got out of town early, but I'm sure they're worried about their homes, their families, stuff like that. So there's a little bit of distraction there for the Bucks. The Saints, of course, are going to be going with Rittler. They're going with the rookie because you don't start Tyson Hill. He does too much.
That's right. What's his name's out for like 4 weeks, right? He's out for 4 weeks.
Yeah, Carr's out for 4. The Saints, though, they started off hot and they've dropped 3. They came out the first 2 weeks, guns blazing, blew up the scoreboards, and they've dropped 3. The Bucks have been pretty consistent. They've been pretty consistently good.
Killing people. Baker's killing people.
They lost a heartbreaker last week to Atlanta.
Yeah, but he still had a good game, bro. He still had a great game. Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of those deals where backtracking, Saquon is playing for the Eagles, so that just makes the Eagles more of a good big thing to do. You know,
Rattler, not
I don't see the Bucks losing this game. I'm just going to jump out early. I'm going to take the Bucks. To give
Yep.
Tampa something to celebrate.
yeah. No car. They're fucked. I mean, they still got Kamara. He's like, I think he's the number one scoring running back right now in fantasy league. I mean,
they got Kamara, they got Olave, they still got weapons, and I think you'll see more of Hill than normal, and he may actually throw the ball a couple times. But
And I mean, from what you hear from the Saints, they really like that Rattler. So
yeah, man. Shaheed was having a good year too. It's going to all tank now because of this rookie being in there. Shaheed's having a great year, bro.
hey, with them liking him, he might be able to keep them somewhere around 500. So
I hope so.
I don't know how
hope
great
so.
of a year they're having when they won the first two and they dropped 3 in a row, though. I mean, they're on a downtrend, big time.
Yeah, but I'm talking. Well, all right. I'm fantasy production.
You're
that's
talking
right.
fancy points.
Yeah, I'm looking fantasy production wise. That's how I'm thinking it.
Yeah, Tampa should win this game pretty easily. We're going to skip that game. We'll come back to
I think
it.
Atlanta, though,
All
they're
right, this
asserting
one
their
should be
dominance over the
interesting.
division.
This one should be interesting. The 2-3 Colts at the 1-3 Titans. But here's the interesting piece: the Titans had the number one ranked defense in the NFL.
So what?
Well, they're 1-3. That's what makes it interesting.
well, that's because their quarterbacks are so freaking awful.
I mean, you could have the best defense in the world, which they clearly have the best in the league, and yet they're still fucking sucking ass.
And
mean,
I don't think
defense
people
is
thought the
everything.
Titans were going to have the best defense in the league either, but yet they do. Oh, yeah. I mean, Darcy, we don't care. We're not there yet. You know, read the room, guys. Read the room. We're going through the games. You guys are jumping the games we're not even talking about. Anywho, Colts
You gotta
at
give
Titans.
Darcy.
Yeah, those Canucks, man. The spread's only 2.5 points, so
What's up,
obviously
Josh?
the
Good
Colts
morning,
are the
buddy. Go
favorite.
back up.
The Colts are being the favorite here. With now we don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be. It's a 50-50 who's in the start right now for the Colts. I don't know. What do you guys think about this game? Both Titans.
Yeah, I think I'm taking Indy over Titans.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah,
The toilet bowl. Is what's his name back for Indy? The running back, Taylor, is he back? Because he was questionable.
I haven't seen if he's back.
They
or
got
not.
Taylor. I don't
know-
care what kind of defense they got. I don't see them stopping Taylor. I mean, they couldn't stop us from running. I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but your guys' defense is nowhere even close to as good as theirs statistically speaking.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we ran on them. We ran on their defense. They said we couldn't run on them, and we did. So, I mean, they can be run on.
Josh is taking Indy. So you guys are both taking Indy. I mean,
Yeah, I'm taking
I'm going to take Indy just because of Tennessee's offense.
Oh, Joe
Flacco
Flacco is playing.
Flacco. So I mean, I'm going to go with Indy as well, just because Tennessee's offensive problem ends up giving up 4 points to scoring, which is just kind of an irony of it. I want to, the Titans are going to go to 1-4. Another interesting game. The surprising 4-1 Commanders go to the 3-2 resurging on a 3-game win streak. Baltimore Ravens. Game is in Baltimore. The spread is 6.5. I won't tell you which way. But
two quarterbacks like the same. They're like two quarterbacks the same, man. This is like that's how I feel it. He's like Lamar. He can run, and he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't throw that much, but he's not bad when he does. I mean, it's scary, girl. It's scary, man. How this rookie's taking over. Man, I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna take the underdog. I think they're the underdog. Where's it? It's in Washington.
Nope, it's in Baltimore.
Ooh,
I'm going Baltimore then.
Fuck. Could this be the upset though?
Oh, it could be. It's got the makings of it.
Man, I mean, because they could look past these guys. I mean, Baltimore's the last couple of games though they've been pretty stout, but so's that.
Three-game win streak.
So is Washington, though. Same thing, or 3-game win streak, right? Man,
Well, they're 4-1, so they're on a streak as well.
yeah. Fuck, bro. I'm gonna go Commanders.
So we got
I'm gonna stick
we got
with it.
some Ravens.
I'm
We
gonna
got
stay with it.
some Commanders. Who'd you go with?
I'm going Commanders. Ken went Ravens.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go Ravens. The Commanders O line and the Bears O line are almost not quite identical. The Commanders O line has played a touch better, and that touch enough has been the difference maker for Jaden Daniels to be able to make throws. I like that linebacker there in Baltimore. Because I have Revis Helmets as a Bear here in the house. But I mean, since Queen has left, the Ravens have been searching for the answer.
Good point, Ado.
But the Ravens, I mean, the Commanders just, I don't know, they haven't played maybe some of the. They've been playing lights out. I gotta give the Commanders credit. Their defense has been playing really good, considering that they gave up both edge rushers. Their offense, though, is protected Daniels just enough to let Daniels manage and do things. I don't know if they can do that against the Ravens, though. And I don't know if they're stopping Derrick Henry. He's been picking up steam.
It's going to be a good test for them. We're going to get to know if the Commanders are legit. If they beat these guys, that's going to put big time credit on their side for sure.
Yeah. What's just happening? All right, next game.
Frankie for the fourth. Frankie.
This one's got an interesting line as well.
I can't never tell if he's making up these names or he's.
The 4-1 Texans at the 1-4 New England Patriots.
Oh,
I'm going Texans.
Yeah.
I don't care where it's played. They could play it on the moon, and
Nico Collins is gone. He's down too, man. He's down. He's down 4 games too. There's another guy down for 4 games.
But
he was the number 1 leading wide receiver in the league. He's got like almost. I think he's got like 600 yards already in like 5 games. I mean,
it's not like they don't have other weapons. It's not like they don't have.
I know, but he's been the guy though, man. He's been the guy. Now he's down. I mean, I think they have to adjust to that, but I still think they win.
Yeah, everyone's got the Texans. Okay, that was an easy one. This one could be interesting. The line is 3. All right.
3.
Chargers at the Broncos.
Oof.
I'm gonna go Chargers. Their running game, I think, is going to be the difference.
You think so?
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos got a good defense.
Well, they got Surtain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their difference maker. But the Chargers, I don't think, will be slinging the ball around so much. I don't believe Herbert's going to be playing. But that doesn't make much of a difference.
You can stop the
the Chargers have been a run team this year. So
I'm going to take Denver.
I'm going to go with Denver too. Surprisingly enough, but not because of Bo Nix. I think just because the Chargers
not because of the offense. There you go. There's a good stat. Herbert haven't had a 200-yard passing game yet. Oh my! That's because no wide receivers.
No, it's
so you stop the run. You stop them. I think.
Harbaugh's a run guy. So.
Oh, but what's up, Steve? Good morning, buddy. There's that Cowboy fan up in the comments. What's up? Cowboys suck, man. Just saying. Fuck the Broncos.
All right. Next game.
Let's move on.
Now that's over.
Fuck the Broncos.
Steelers and well, maybe not. All right. Steelers at Raiders.
Steelers at Raiders.
I
don't think anybody here is picking the Raiders.
No, not at all.
Even if Joe was here, I don't think he's picking the Raiders.
Yeah, honestly, even Joe's not going to take the Raiders this week. And I don't think Devontae's back from the hamstring this week. He's going to miss at least probably one more week.
No,
That would be
he's
my thought
still-
too. So
Yeah, he's still out. He's still out.
yeah. So hey, good morning, Steve.
Oh yeah, because of the fucking overnight thing. Yeah,
Yeah. You know, Steve had to bring that up.
it's kind of funny how that worked like that. But yeah, you're right.
And Steve, stick around because we're going to get to that in a minute. First, we'll go to the Falcons at the Panthers. So basically the bye week. The Panthers
I was
have
gonna
capability. They can win a game as they look at. There are no winless teams in the NFL, so everyone's at least 1-1. The Panthers, they're a hot mess, man, because they got their number one drafted quarterback, and now he's on the bench for the Red Rocket. Really? I don't know how much longer that lasts. And the Rocket didn't look so hot last week against the Bears. The Bears dismantled them. So I have a feeling they might be making a quarterback change. I don't know if they've said it officially or not. But I have the feeling if they have it, that Rocket's going to be on a very short leash. But is anyone going to go against the red hot Falcons right now?
No.
I think the Falcons win. Easy.
So now we get to Steve's game and Darcy and all the
And
Lions
JB.
fans out there who've been giving their
they're
prediction for this game since we started doing game predictions, even though we weren't talking about them. So now we're going to ignore them when they make their predictions, right? Well, we won't. But all right, we got.
Where's this at? Where's this one at? Let's hear it.
Well, let me get to it, and I'll tell you. We got the Lions going back to Dallas for a rematch, a revenge game, whatever. Skipper will probably report 4 or 5 times just because, to make a point. But we've got the hold on a second.
Are we calling this Refgate 2? Is this Refgate 2? I mean, the Lions tried some shady stuff on the refs in the first matchup these guys last year. Is this Refgate 2?
So, yeah, we got the Lions at the Cowboys.
Dallas wins again. Oh, my. Panthers signed P.J. Welker. Really? What's up, Brent?
So, Josh has
about to
got
do the-
Dallas.
Lion Cowboy game. You just got here just in time, buddy.
All right, so, we've got in the comments, I know who Steve's going to take. Steve's going to take the Cowgirls. That's his team. We know who JB's going to take because he's a homer. And we know – here we go. Well, Joseph is saying, it's an easy game, 34-21, Lions. That's what Joe's saying. Joseph is saying there, comment. What do you think, Ken?
Oh, I want the Cowboys to win just so it knocks them down, Detroit down the game. But I do think Detroit's going to end up taking this one. Detroit looks good this year, and Dallas is too up and down.
Lions are coming off the bye. Of course, the Cowboys haven't had their bye yet, too. So I don't know if that's a factor for you, Rob. What do you think?
I think the Cowboy defense is too much disarray. I think the Lions are going to stomp them. This is going to be an ass whooping.
The Cowboys last year at home were just ridiculous.
They were, but that's last year.
Yeah,
Michael
I know.
Parsons was non-existent all year, bro. No.
Yeah,
and he's injured now.
Been playing well, but you know what? FTL. That's all I can say. FTL.
I hear you.
And because Steve's coffee keeps me going every day, I'm going to throw some support to the guy who supported us with Bear 6 Actual. I'm going to go with the Cowgirls. I'm going to say Dan Gamble, is going to do something stupid in this game like he did last year and cost them the game. And Lions fans are going to cry again. That was the refs or someone else's fault. When actually, Gamble, will screwed up again. Because even last year, they could have tied that game and gone to overtime. But Campbell, I'm going to go for 3 times. and fail all 3 times. Just kick the extra point, go to overtime, give yourself a chance. You guys were destroying the Cowboys. They had all the momentum, and
Fuck
you
the
gave them the
Bears.
game. So that I'm gonna go. Last night I went with the Lions, but I've been giving some thought. I figured Campbell's gonna figure out a way to screw it up, but it's gonna be a good game. Skipper will probably report in once or twice, just because they keep the game. The next game up, we got a good amount of time left. Good. This one could be an interesting game, man. The 1-4 Bengals, but the Bengals have been. It's not like the Bengals are getting blown out. They're in games. They're just not winning, and they're going against a surprisingly decent team, the 2-3 New York Giants in New York. The line is 3.5, so that they're giving the Giants that extra half point.
Are they? They're in New York.
Yep, and it looks like Neighbors is going to play.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
heard.
Neighbors is gonna
Yeah,
play.
he's gonna play. Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm going New York. Malik Neighbors is gonna have himself one hell of a game. You've seen how good the Giants looked last week without him. So with him back on the field, I think that's going to continue to improve this Giants offense.
What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I want to go with the Giants too. I think the Giants maybe. I mean, they've been up and down all year, but I think they've kind of figured something out over there. I mean, I like Neighbors. I really do, man. He's a great kid. Good.
Giants
He's
defense
got me a
is
lot
really
of
good,
fantasy
too.
points. Too bad he missed last week, fucker.
The Giants defense is playing pretty good. We're going with the tree pack. We're all taking
Yes,
the
Joseph.
Giants here. Okay, we got the. I don't know how good of a game this is going to be, but it's going to be interesting. It could be a really good game, actually. Now that I think about it, the Bills at the Jets. Now here's the interesting thing. Obviously, the Jets fired Saleh. The Bills have been struggling up and down. They look like a clear-cut favorite to win the division. Then they look like a clear-cut favorite to be in the basement. The Jets fired their head coach. When they get out there playing from London, escort the man out of the building. Don't let him talk to anyone. That's how they fired him, because basically Aaron Rodgers didn't like him. Interim head coach right now. But actually, I don't think it does.
That's
I don't
the case,
think it matters. I don't think it matters who the interim head coach would be, honestly, because Aaron Rodgers is calling that offense. So, Rob, what do you got for this game?
I mean, I hate the fact that it's like that. I'm anti-player running the organization, but I say the Jets are toast too. So I'm going with the other guy. Fuck the Jets. Fuck Rodgers and his
what do you got,
bullshit.
Ken?
Yeah, I got to go Buffalo. From what I saw from Rodgers last week, I can't give him the edge in this one. And like you guys were saying, they just got rid of their head coach. Unless they get that magical galvanizing moment, I don't see it.
See, this is a weird thing. It's always easy to pick against a team when they fire their coach. Especially if they're a bad team. The Jets aren't a bad team. They've got some really good players, offensively and defensively. They got some studs. There's obviously a massive disconnect with their head coach and their players, and now that is gone. So is this one of those moments where, thank God that the evil bitch is dead, and now we can play, and they come out and they play free and they enjoy football again and rock it out? Or is this one of those where we're in complete disarray, we don't know what's what? I think an advantage that they have too is Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, and yes, last week he did not play great, and you could see some of the effects of the Achilles, like not planning and that effective ball placement. It's not like he's fixing that Tuesday, Wednesday, tomorrow, today and tomorrow, coming in the walkthrough on Saturday. However, it's Aaron Rodgers, and we've all learned enough. Don't count the man out. I am going to take the Jets as my upset special here. I'm taking the Jets to win this game. I really like Buffalo, so angry cops don't get mad at me. I really like Buffalo, but this is one of those games. Just like I don't know. I just think it's gonna be one of those Roger days. Like it's a Rodgers moment, and when he gets his days, his moments, he seizes them. And this is Rodgers saying, "Look, I was right. This guy wasn't good." Their defense isn't going to change much. The defensive coordinator is now the head coach, and so he's still going to be calling the defense. And I think Rodgers is going to be calling the offense. I really do.
I was going to say, Nathaniel Hackett calling it.
The Jets have not had a run game in the last 3 weeks, bro. They fucking suck. I don't understand how they can win if they can't run.
Well, and look, everyone's saying, "Oh, but Aaron didn't look like Aaron last week." Exactly why Aaron's going to want to look good this week. Aaron's not like one of those quarterbacks who say, "Oh, he looked bad last week, so he's going to suck this week." When has Aaron ever been that? I mean, a guy when he's the Packers, "Oh, he's going to be fine this week." Well, he's going to be fine now. Aaron's still Aaron.
When has Aaron had one calf twice the size of the other one?
Unless
I think
he's
that
incapable.
I think that it's kind of nearing that with how atrophied that left calf is. I don't think he has the strength in that leg to plan anymore, at least for this season.
We'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take them as well.
He had a 3-pick. He had a 3-pick game, man. How often has Rodgers ever had a 3-pick game?
And of course, that's on Monday Night Football, so we have to wait a while for that one. All right, this one's going to be fun. We're getting into the fun stuff now. The Keebler Elf is making a trip to Lambeau. 2-3 Cardinals, 3-2 Packers. Not like either team is without some topsy-turviness. I think for Green Bay, it's obviously a lot less. Love looked terrible to start the game last week, but then, kind of came around and got back to being Love. So I don't think you're going to see another 3-pick performance from him. You guys are going to see a lot of the run game, though, from Arizona, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They've been running the ball pretty good. And let's face it, the Keebler Elf had the touchdown of the week last year. He didn't even get to the second level, and he was already pointing to the end zone and was gone. That Kyler Murray touchdown was something last week. But I have a feeling you guys are both taking the Packers, but give us your thoughts anyway.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, but McKinney is going to continue his interception streak, 6 for 6.
Yeah, I mean, I think we still win. I don't like the way we've been playing. We don't play a complete game. We're not 100%. Or either don't show up the first. I mean, we're spotting them points and then having to come back on every game. It's not you can't keep winning ball like that. It's just not sustainable. They have to start playing more consistently on offense and defense. I mean, and that's the other thing is the defense. Some weeks they only give up 2 scoring drives, and other weeks they give up 10. So up and down, it's ridiculous.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, for the Packers, it's like you're right, Rob. I that's not lost to me that they're having to play comeback ball, and the Bears have been doing it too to a degree.
Comeback.
That's one thing I don't like about what the Bears are doing and the Packers to an extent. And I know Jordan Love has the hype, but he's not Aaron and he's not Brett yet. I mean, maybe he's trying to become that. I don't know.
He's getting there.
He's trying to become that with all the comebacks. But I mean, they've got a good run game, which is still kind of a thing that Green Bay. McKinney, I'll tell you what, man. McKinney got lucky last week. Okay, Stafford threw him a gift. I swear, like Stafford said, "Oh, you need your 5th one here. Let me just," because when you watch that interception, there was no one around him. I don't know what Stafford was thinking when he threw that ball. He threw it right at McKinney. And you can see
Stafford got massive. Yeah, Stafford got massively lucky a couple of plays later when McKinney dropped the one too.
I think though there was a check in the mail. You know what I mean? But no, I mean I don't know if he's going to get another interception. I mean, I look, if I were you, I'd predict 2. Keep the streak alive. It's going to be a good game. This is one of those games, like, I think the Packers are going to win it, but I really just want to say, FTP. But if you guys lose, I'll be surprised. Last night I homered out on JB's show and took the Keebler Elf. I'm not going to do that this morning. I think the Packers will win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be. It could be, depending on which Arizona team shows up. If the confident Arizona team shows up, this is going to be a tight game. I mean, the Arizona could win it if you guys can't stop their run. I don't think the Keebler Elf has to throw much, and if he does, he's got a great weapon in Marvin Harrison Jr. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think the Packers will win in Green Bay. This could be a week where the entire division wins. Even though I took Dallas, I do realize that the Lions could win that one. But I did that one just to kind of piss Jeremy's Cheerios. All right, last game that we got for the morning. And it's early, and I got to set an alarm clock, which doesn't make me happy because the game's on 8:30 in the morning my time from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Chicago Bears will go play the Jaguars, who are 5-4 all time, or 4-5, 5-4, one or the other, in the England all time. They've been good though playing at Tottenham. Both teams got through this week.
I'm in the middle of my show.
So I look at the Bears for me. Well, I'll let you guys talk first about it, and then I'll finish out. So Ken, what do you think about this Bears-Jags game?
Oh, if it was actually in the United States, whether it was Chicago or Jacksonville, I'd give the Bears the edge. But I'm going to give the edge to Jacksonville this time with it being overseas. They seem to play a little better when they're over there, and they happened to squeak a win out last week. Let's see if they can keep the train rolling, but I'm not in any way confident about that pick.
I'm picking the Bears. I think the Bears beat the Jags. It'll be a close game, but I think they edge it out. I think Bears kicker wins it for them.
I look at the offensive line for me has been getting better. It's been doing what I want them to do. They've been getting better every week. The PFF grade, reflect. All you other division guys in the conference just want to bear hate against a 3-2 team against a 1-4 team and say, "Oh my God, the Jags are going to win this easy." Yeah, you're smoking crack, guys. Okay, the Bears are top 10. Actually, they're ranked 7th in the league right now defensively, which is better than anything the Jags have played against recently, basically this entire season. I expect that defense to come up big. Now we are going to miss Brisket, as JB likes to call him, or not JB. That's Viking Rob. Brisket didn't fly because of the concussion protocol, which we'll be talking about tomorrow. I like the Bears in this with that defense. I'm sorry, Trevor's going to just be looking at the sky all day. I think that we're watching Gervin Dexter become an all-pro in front of our eyes. You started to see it a little bit. This year, he's been tearing up offensive lines in the middle. Billings is playing really good in the middle, too. The edges are coming along nicely. The defense is great, is clicking. Offensively, they've been playing better every game. Last week, Caleb had a QBR of 124 or 120 or 126.2, something like that. So they're getting better. I got you, JB. You want to talk whatever trash you can against the Bears, but the fact is they're getting better. So guess what? You're losing in Dallas. Suck it. See how nice I am to division fans. I think though JB is right with all the Z's that this one is a sleeper and the Bears are just going to destroy the Jags. I have them winning like 38-17.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
this one's even close. I don't think this one's even close.
Wow,
It's a blowout.
the Bears haven't demonstrated that they can blow anybody out. For you saying
They
that,
just
it's
blew
kinda
out a
crazy.
team last week.
Yeah,
They just blew a team out last
it didn't
week.
start out like a blowout, but I get it.
Yeah, you know, it finished like it.
that.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. But don't you guys
I mean,
don't you guys this year have a problem with teams running the ball against you?
No, that's just it. No, the first drive they got the run, they got the touchdown, and then we shut it all down. So the run issue. Okay, so last year we were number one in the league. Obviously, we're not number one in the league right now. We're giving up. I think. Well, we're number 7 rated overall defense. So our run defense isn't that bad.
How's
I
it
think
got
we're
numbers
like,
for everything, but not the rush for the Bears? What's the numbers?
well, because I can't have numbers for everything here. I'll look it up real quick.
I was gonna say I'm
Um,
looking into it right now.
Where's JB with the numbers?
Yeah, they've been giving up like 100 plus. Here we go. Let's see what they are here. All right, so the Bears on the run. Actually, we're tied for second defensively
Yep. I
overall.
was just looking at that.
So
Okay. You might have a bit of a shot because I was going to say ATN is one of a decent running back, and he might be running all over you.
But it's not him. It's the other guy, Tank. What I think is his name. Or he had a big game last week. He only had like 10 carries to 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's the guy. ATN hasn't really done a lot this year.
Nah, he's been decent for some of the games.
Yeah.
He's also dealt with an injury last week.
Bears are giving up 120.8 yards per game against the run. JB says.
yeah, which
There's
has
the
not been our norm. So, but once again, I don't
Tank,
think
yeah, that's
that,
his name. Tank Bigsby.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't. I knew it was
I-
Tank or Bagsby or something. I couldn't think of what. That's the guy's getting
I don't
attention.
think
He's talked about it on the waiver wire this year. So
I
this
don't.
week.
In fact, let me see if I can bring up last week's game. Panthers game. The scores on that one for the stats on that. What did they give up? Last week. Last week the Bears gave up. The Bears gave up 120 rushing yards, so that's about their average right now. And most of that was in the first quarter, and then they shut it down. So, and I look at the Jags, and I'm like, who did the Jags play last week? They won, but they played. They played the Colts. They won 37-34. They're not putting up 37 points against this defense. They're just not. So
yeah, I don't think they're putting up 30 points, but
no, I don't think they have a chance. I don't care that the game's in London. And JB can cry, oh, but they're so great in London. They're so great in London. I don't care. It's a different year. It's a different season. Their head coach is sucking. Their team overall is not playing great. Just because they go to London doesn't fix them and make them right. Just because they change the location. And it's technically also a Bears game, home game. Bears have the longest active win streak at 8 in a row. Yeah. So, yeah. Exactly,
Man,
Joe.
it sounds like
We're
you're trying to
moving on.
convince yourself there.
No, I'm just saying, no, because look, I understand that it's a very anti-Bears, Packer-laden group in the chat right now. I don't care if the Bears.
These are Lion fans. These are other rivals.
Well, okay. Let me say this about these other fans. They also all took Carolina last week. Just saying. So, anyways, that's the slate. That's the games for the week, man. The Bears are the last one. That's why we can linger a little bit. The Bears are the last one in London. That's it for the week. And then we'll go on to week 7 next week. We have the Bears are on the bye. Are you guys on the bye? bye next week?
No, our bye. Yeah,
Our
no,
bye's like week
our
10.
bye
later?
is yeah.
Week 10.
Oh, week 10. Yeah,
Right,
you guys get the
season.
bye coming into our game. That's right. So the Bears will be
Yep.
on the bye next week because they're coming back from London. Jacksonville, by the way, does not get the bye because they're playing a second week in London. That's what they do for week 8, for week 7. So yeah. That's where we're at for this week. Tomorrow, of course, we've got special guests. We'll be talking about the head trauma, the concussion protocols in the NFL. Be interested to see what happens this week. I think that did stir up a little bit of controversy even within the NFL circles with what happened in the Steelers game and then the lack of anything happening in the Bears game. I don't think they checked anyone for concussion protocol in that game. Even the dude who got knocked the fuck out, I don't think they did anything. So it's like, okay. Yes, I know, JB, my God, but they're not out here today. They're on your show in the evening. So just can it, will you? Jesus. If I say it's sunny, he says it's rainy. If I say it's day, he says it's night. I swear. Yes, I know 2 Lions fans picked the Bears to beat Carolina on the round table on Wednesday night last week. Not in the chat here in our show, JB. That's what I was talking about. Goodness gracious. And speaking of JB, the homer of all homers, he's on following us in about 4 minutes. He'll be following us to talk about the Lions. So make sure you give him a visit and his sponsor. And, of course, with the sponsors van, this week's special is JB is in there with a new sign, women get free red wine. I don't know why he's putting that sign up, but that's what he did. Men's are getting white wine. I don't know why he's making the delineation. It's a JB thing. You guys are going to have to ask him about it in his show. Yeah, I tell you.
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you. So we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, like I said, special guest, we're going to talk head injuries and the protocols that the NFL are doing with concussion, TBI, and all that good stuff as well, CTE. So it should be interesting. Enjoy the game tonight, guys. If you're in Florida and you were in the path, I hope your recovery's going well. When I went to bed last night about 3 o'clock in the morning my time. Over 2 million people without power. I'm sure most of them will be back up today. FPL is pretty good about that. But if you're in the path of the hurricane, I hope you're well, and I hope you're recovering. And what the irony of yesterday was, it wasn't even the hurricane, folks. The one death that has been reported was not even anywhere close to the hurricane. It was because of tornadoes that popped up due to the hurricane. In Port St. Lucie, someone died yesterday. So those to the family there. There were like 18 reported tornadoes yesterday with this hurricane. So crazy weather day yesterday. Hopefully it calms down. Everyone can enjoy some football tonight. And we will see you all back here tomorrow because on my last terrible take about how JB's Lions suck. We're out. Have a good day.
Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit